Can everybody hear me? Question one. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. I don't see anybody watching yet. So, first person to see this, if you can let me know if you can hear me, be great. Finch, thanks. It's working. Cool. All right, Scott, thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, George, what's up, man? All right, I'll try to do a better job of keeping up with comments. Not my forte. Hey, man, what's up? Ed from Queens. From one queen to another. How are you, brother? Hi, John. Thanks, Jim. Sound is good. That's good to know. And we hear you, you poor bastards. So anyway, let's see if I can keep up with all this today. You never know. It's for the building fund. We appreciate that. What happened to the bikini fund? Yeah, May's wanting to buy a piece of property and build a house and leave me. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. All right, loud and clear. Right on. Delta Chris, my Eric Clapton buddy. Hey, Jim, what's up, buddy? Yes, everybody's too fast for me. Everybody. Everybody, everything. You look younger on the motorcycle. What's that? You look younger on the motorcycle in Baby May's video today. I guess that means I looked younger yesterday. I was a day young. I'm a day older. Yeah, what can I tell you? Washington State. How are things out there? Everybody still running amok out in the streets? That's Seattle, I know. 95 people watching. Pressure's on. Hey, Paul, the day at the river would have never happened in the States. You're having the time of your life. You know what? You're right. There's nothing that Baby May likes more than getting together with a group of a bunch of other little hens, taking some snacks, going down, taking selfies. Selfies is like, I don't know, is just the thing. And they just have a blast. And I have a blast watching them and going with them and hanging out. It's awesome. It's fun. It's free. It's it's just you can't do that. I couldn't do that in Vegas. Go to a stupid casino or something. Where's Baby May and the River Trio? Baby May's here. The River Group is I don't know where they are. One of them used to be my neighbor. She moved away. We miss her a lot. Hey, Paul from Upland, California. I'm old school too, 62 years young, born in Vegas. Now, there you go. Grew up in Huntington Beach, looking to go to Philippines. Been in China a few years, loved it. Would love to email. Okay. All right. Make note. Hey, how are you? From Malaysia. You know what? We were talking about Malaysia last night at dinner. I went out with a couple of friends and their dates. We went to an Italian restaurant I discovered. And I'm gonna probably, I think May did a little vlog on her channel from there, little tiny one. And I'm gonna go there one day and actually interview the guy about his restaurant. I did that once up at what the hell's it called? Where they sell the hamburgers. It'll come to me. Anyway, I don't do a lot of restaurant reviews or any of that kind of stuff on the channel. But if I find a place that I think is really good or unique or special or kind of a go-to place, I'm going to start doing that, especially now that I own a microphone. I don't have to yell at my, I don't have to yell at my, what do you call it? My phone. Well, I appreciate that, George. I really do. I love doing YouTube, as long as it doesn't become a job. Hi, Eileen. You always send me funny stuff, and I appreciate it so much. Sometimes I post your stuff on my little Facebook, like, daily story thing. Eileen's got a great sense of humor. What's up, man? One old dog to another, I imagine. Hey, Mark. Top of the morning to you, too. It's 9 o'clock here. I don't know what time it is. I think in the States, it's like either 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on whatever coast you're on. I think that's what it is. Good morning, Jim. Good morning and happy Sunday. Hey, Marvick, how are you, beautiful? Everything okay? Hey, Gio, I have meant to ask you something. The topic came up last night. One of the guys I went to dinner with said Malaysia is super hot, and I never heard that from you. So maybe you can comment on that. Or maybe I'll bring you on the show a little later. Who knows? Good morning, Paul. I hope you are well. Greetings from Melbourne, Australia. All my Aussie friends, you guys are always so cool. My buddy Ian came out from Aussie to see us, brought us each a little gift, brought baby May a toy, brought me some stuff. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Well, welcome to the channel, Bruce. Yeah, we've had a lot of new people lately. Anybody got a favorite video? That's what I would like to know. Does anybody that's watched maybe my playlist got a favorite video? It's not letting me hit the button here. Okay, Ed. Oh, Las Vegas humor. Thank you very much. Some headgear for the ride. Which ride are you talking about? The one up the street? Yeah, I think May snagged the old helmet and I forgot mine, but we took a car over there, so we were safe. Yeah, headgear for the ride. Yeah, I got a new helmet. It fits good. It's a lot more comfortable. May actually likes the one with the face guard on it, and I had the blue one that she was wearing. If you're referring to the video she made last night about going to the restaurant, she had my old blue helmet on, and we just flat out forgot mine. So we were in a hurry. It was a long story. We were on Filipino time, so you know what I mean. How expensive is land there? I don't know. It depends, I imagine, on what island you're on. It depends on how far close to town you are. It's just like in America, location, location, location. And I don't really have a clue as to how much it is. I haven't looked at it. May's looking into it. May is funny. She originally wanted to buy this simple little piece of land near her mama. And then, so when she started talking about saving money, because I give my YouTube profits to May. And so I said, so let's go out to Chateau pretty soon and we'll go look at some land. She goes, oh no, I want to live here in Valencia. She's already getting, snooty. Here's my buddy Barry. Hey man, how are you? Always good to hear from you. I like Jimi Hendrix, my favorite. I like Hendrix too, man. Saw him. Let's see. I think I'm keeping up with this, but I don't know. Hello? It's open, I hear. I think you're saying my microphone. Good morning, Robert. I'm going kind of fast here because I want to keep up with everybody. I am doing well. Thank you. I'm feeling good. I took a shower and everything. Atlanta, Georgia. Well, welcome to the channel, buddy. Hey, Paul, is it true that Filipina and Dumaguete is a gentle people? Thanks. Yes. In fact, they are. And I have a shirt. I wore it last night. It says City of Gentle People. Let's see here. New to this, glad to donate. We're going to have to learn how. Yeah, okay. I think there's a $sign somewhere that you can donate to. Hello, Paul and Baby May. Just watched May's video on visiting your friend on the mountain. Must admit it was a beautiful place. Have a lovely Sunday and be blessed. Yeah, if you're referring to the guy that lives up the street from us, we took his car down to the restaurant that we went. And that is up in the area of where I'm going to be living. In fact, it's just past the turnoff to my new apartment that I go into in about 3 weeks. Hello from Tampa. Sorry I keep leaning in, but my eyes are only so good, so I got to see the fine print here. There's big protest in Atlanta right now. Another guy was killed. I'm sorry to hear that. There's always something going on. What about the Me Too movement? You don't hear about the Me Too movement anymore. I guess they got everybody already. They had to start a new movement. Good day from Australia. Well, good day to you. Hello, Stu. So 170 people are watching. That's great. Groundhog dying in Colorado. I know the feeling, man. That's a phrase I coined in my very first video that I ever did. About every day was Groundhog Day, and where I just got up every morning and dreaded going to work, but went there, did my job, came back, watched TV, ate dinner, went to sleep, did it all over again. It was just Groundhog Day. There's no way to live. How are you doing, Tim? Thanks for the shout out, man. I'm kind of blowing through these fast because I want to keep up. 12 blocks in Seattle took over by protesters. No cops allowed. Ridiculous. I asked a question last night. The people that I had dinner with were all in favor of it. They thought it was great. I don't voice my political opinions. I don't want to go political. I didn't retire to get into arguments with people about politics, especially since I have no control over it. But I posed the question is, okay, you shut this thing off. You don't allow any cops in. You've got this cop-free zone. And I'm living there in the cop-free zone. And some guy comes along and grabs me and puts a knife at my throat. Who do we call? And the answer was, well, you call in the special forces. I said, well, where are they? Well, they're not formed yet. Oh, well, what do we do right now? Because the guy's got the knife to my throat. We're going to bring in the counselor. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. But, I mean, I understand that the police brutality. I actually have a story that I'm going to do a video on about how I was falsely arrested when I was in my early 20s. About the LAPD and what they did to me. But now's not the time. So I'll do that video in the future. Any fish in the river? No, there's no river fishing out here. It's that was a disappointment because I love to fish. It's one of my favorite things. Portland, Oregon. Hi, Bruce. Yeah, the new country of Chaz, ridiculous. I say let it play out. I say just okay. There you go. Have fun, Chaz. Just let it ride. It's just going to have to. Pretty soon, the enthusiasm is going to die out because what I'm seeing on TV is just a bunch of people walking around. It looks like the Renaissance Fair without without the costumes. But you know, what do I know? Like I said, I try to stay out of it. John Banks, you hit the little dollar. Oh, he's telling you how to send a donation if you so desire. So you hit the little dollar sign, I guess that's showing up there, and put in your credit card number, and now you have no excuse. Thanks, Ed. Anyone in your video said $500,000 a day is a good salary. The day means in Zimbabwe dollars. You know, that got a lot of comments. That was my interview with Ann and Baby May. And I think she took me by surprise when she said that number. But I looked at the video again and she answered correctly because my question to her was, what's a lot of money to you? What would be a lot of money to you if you met a foreigner? What would you consider to be a lot of money? And she said, in American dollars, she said 10 grand a month, which was an honest reply. Because to be quite frank with you, boys and girls, there's a number of guys out here that are millionaires, if not multimillionaires. They have great big ass houses. They've got 4 or 5 full-time staff. They got 3 or 4 high dollar cars in the driveway. And so she responded, yeah, that would be big money. That's what I would call a big money guy. And that would be a guy that could go out and get any girl because he's got all the stuff to travel her with. Later on, I said, well, what do you think's an average, like a me kind of guy? And she hit it on the head too. She said about 70, 75,000 a month. So I think that got misinterpreted, but it was easy to be misinterpreted. It took me off kilter too. I didn't expect that answer from her, but everything we do is unscripted and unprompted and unfigured out. So, but she was just being honest. And I asked her, I said, what's a lot of money to you? And she said, $10,000 a month or $500,000 pesos. Watch the video again and see if I'm wrong. But that's how she answered the question. Yep, I think Jim Burns is agreeing with me on that. Okay, let's see if I can keep it on here. Hello, Paul. Greetings from Livermore, California. Well, greetings to you, Carl. No wonder your audio sounds better. Yeah, you know what? I burned through. I used to just shout at the phone. That was the beginning of, or the genesis of my little channel. And then I sent off for some microphones, and they were only like $5 or $6, and they looked fine, you know. So I bought like 2 or 3 of them, and they broke in about a week. And so I went over to my friend Walter, and I said, "Dude, what do I do?" And he said, to get these. I don't know, this is probably reversed down there, but it's Boya. And that's what I bought. And they're $20, but they work awesome. I got 2 of them. I got one for me and one for Baby May. And now Baby's, and it's got a real long cord on it. So what Baby's doing is she's putting it on her shirt and using it while she's cooking. And she's still getting used to it. You know, it takes time to adapt to this stuff because the wire might hit the tripod and then knock over the thing. We work in a very limited space in this apartment. And another reason that I'm really looking forward to the other apartment is that it's configured totally different. So we'll be able to come at you from the outside on the patio. You won't have the same scenery in the background. Right now, this is the one conducive place that I can do videos, live streams, interviews from. It's the only place that gives me the right angle and the right light. So, but the next place will be different. And I am going to start going outside more because of the microphone. And I think I'm going to look at some different tripods too. But everything has been closed down. So it's been impossible, not impossible. We bought a new tripod the other day for $7. and it's identical to the one we had before that broke. And we had to buy it because it was the only store that had anything in stock. So we just replaced one shitty tripod with another shitty tripod. But eventually we'll be able to get out and look around and get some better stuff. Okay, here we are. Well, hello from Little Rock, Arkansas. Welcome to the channel, man. Yes, they are. I have yet to go to Bohol. It's a little boat ride over. I think it's 2 hours away. Sikihor is about an hour away. I think Bohol's an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours away. And that's probably my next destination. I haven't been there yet, but I want to go. China Dave, I'm in Nixia. Where are you? Okay, well, you guys can talk to each other about that. Here's a shot of tequila for Paul and May. Rock on. One of these days, I'll tell you May's tequila story. She'd kill me. Good morning. 6 p.m. in Elko. Okay. So it is. It's 6 p.m. West Coast. It's 9 o'clock East Coast. I got my stimulus check, Ron. I meant to send you a private message. I jacked around with that get my payment thing on the IRS, and it kept saying, we don't have enough information about you, or you don't qualify. And so I looked, they have like 7 reasons why you wouldn't qualify. And as I read off all 7, I said, no, that doesn't apply. That doesn't apply. I qualify at the end of the day. And then I went to the IRS site and I filled out a non-filer form and put in 0 income, which is true because I don't have any income. Social Security isn't considered income. And so I filed that form. It took me 2 days to jicky-jack around with that. I borrowed a friend's phone number in the States. I didn't want to put anything attached to the Philippines. I was afraid they might think it was a scam, you know, one of those Nigerian email things. So I kept everything. I wanted to keep everything on the par. I used the same address. Of course, I used the same account and routing number. And when I filled that form in, it said, okay, we've got your form. We will email you in 2 days. And I never got an email. And I went through all that hoo-ha maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And every day I checked on the get my payment or where's my payment portal, and it kept giving me the same information. And lo and behold, on Monday, this is Sunday, right? So I got my Social Security check on Wednesday, and my stimulus check came right along with it. So there is hope for those of you that have not yet received it. I think they're just behind, to tell you the truth. 9 o'clock in Georgia. All right, thanks, John. How's Baby May? Baby May's good. She might come out for a little guest appearance later. 6 in Washington, okay. Yeah, Paul. Okay, well, you're looking beautiful as ever. No hotter than here. Okay. Yeah, the guy was telling me that it was brutally hot there, a lot hotter than this, but I'd never heard you say that before, so I didn't know. Thought I'd ask. Thanks for answering. Thanks for moderating too, buddy. Hey, Paul, Mike from Battle Creek, Michigan. Well, God bless you. Thanks for joining in. Let's see. When do you move to your new place? Will you hire a truck to move your stuff, or do they have a Filipino version of U-Haul? Well, kind of both. I move on the 1st of July, so June 30th is when I'm going to bail out of here. And there's a woman named Lucy who owns an Okai store distribution thing. And the last time I was there, I saw she had a truck. So I told her, I said, listen, I wanna hire you to get some guys. And she's an entrepreneur. She'll do it, you know. And so anyway, she's very reliable as far as I can tell. And that's 99% of the game. My buddy Walter moved like a week ago. He had a 10 o'clock appointment and they didn't show up till 3 o'clock. and he was pulling his hair out, and they were pressuring him to leave because they had other people moving in. And I thought, the only thing I really have to move is this couch, and that's it. I mean, everything else can go in a box. Clothes, laptop, we can put in a suitcase. We could make 3 trips, 2 trips, depending on how big the car is, with just some boxes, with clothes, coffee maker, pots and pans. This place is fully furnished. The only thing I bought was this couch because the one that came with the apartment was totally uncomfortable. So that being said, we're going to be out of here at the end of the month. And yeah, it's kind of like a U-Haul thing, but it's much better if you can take advantage of the labor. I have a bad back. I can't be lifting stuff. So there you go. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll give that to baby May. She will be excited. We're doing good. We're saving money for baby May and getting her little spot. Are you looking forward to the move to your new place? You have no idea, Richard. Richard used to be my neighbor. And Richard gets a big shout out. He did a lot of really good work with the animal shelters out here. I think Richard invested, I won't say how much because I don't know, but a fair amount of money, and took a dog off the street that was pathetic, had mange, had fleas, had infections, and Richard brought that dog back to brand new. Richard Guthrie, right there. That's one of the good guys of Dumageddon. He's now back, I believe, in Texas. I think that's where you're at, Richard. And we can't wait for you to come back. Dirty old Paul in the Philippines. I guess you could say that, Scott. I took a shower, so I don't know. I got dirty. Good morning, Paul. Where are all the girls today? The only chick I see is over your left shoulder. Well, all the girls are off doing girl stuff, I guess. Baby May is in the bedroom, laying down. She was up cleaning this morning. And the other girls, I don't know where they're at. They don't live here. Don't skip me again. Did I skip you already? You like the Pastor Stan video? Yeah, I like the Pastor Stan video too. It's not my all-time favorite, but I like it too. Hey, John, how about them dogs? I don't know what that means. Greetings to you in May from West Virginia. Well, thank you, Roger. We appreciate that. And there's Buddy Tripp. What do you guys want to talk about today? Anything special? Anything on your minds? I discovered the Filipina P and they knew. Well, there you go. Too many favorite videos to list, probably the one about the Invisible Man. Yeah. Yeah, there's I get feedback or comments on guys that they like it when I just talk. I'm just a bobbling head and I'm going through one of my reminiscent modes, and that's all they want to hear. And then other people like my interviews with people, and that's all they want to hear. And some people really like it when I do something silly like I did the other day, where I was just goofing off with some girls impromptu, or me and May just sit here and fart around and do nothing. So there's no pleasing everybody. So you're going to be our on the boots on the ground. Congratulations on your place. I'm really curious. Buddy's in Guadalajara, Mexico, and he's going to be checking out taking the temperature over there, see what's going on. Because that's again one of my like Plan B, Plan C things. Yeah, I do go on my rants. Thank you, Chris. You know what happens is I'll go 3 or 4 days and nothing comes to mind, so I don't make a video. And then I'll go for 2 days and I'll make 5 videos just because something does come to my mind. But I've never ever, with the exception of that Pastor Stan video, that's the only time that I felt that I pandered to my subscribers, where I didn't make a video selfishly for myself, because I had told a story about my journey looking for the answer to is there or is there not a God? And that was a journey story. It wasn't a religious story. And I had all these questions. And a guy named Pastor Stan answered all my questions in like 8 minutes that I'd been searching for 33 years. And I never told the audience what he told me. And people kept writing me saying, well, what did he say? And so I felt compelled. I need to tell the story about Pastor Stan and what he told me as far as God is concerned. Love the video with you and Buzz. Oh, that is so funny. How did that work out for you? Not good. Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. Buzz is also known as Frank, and I think I've done 2 interviews with Buzz. I did it early on in the YouTube channel, and Frank is super funny. And in each video, Buzz would come up with a scenario about himself and a girl, and I would say, "Well, how did that work out for you, Frank?" And he would say, "Not good." It's kind of, you had to kind of be there. But if you get a chance, you see my Buzz videos. Depends on the area. Maybe you're talking about price of land. We were talking about that earlier. Favorite video? You and Baby May and Ann talking a few days ago, and you just came back from the river. Yeah, I like those videos too because, again, they're all impromptu. We don't, like, 3 days ahead plan for someone to come over or anything. I've never once written a script or cue cards. I couldn't work off of it if I had to. I'm off the top. I like stream of consciousness stuff. I might get an idea, and then as I'm talking, things just kind of come to me. And that's the way I prefer to do it, because at the end of the day, all of this is really just kind of a video diary of my life. It's selfishly for me. And I always tell people, if you want to come along for the ride, you're welcome. And I've made a lot of really cool friends from the channel. So I win, 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 I think, that way. So I'm trying to take these just in order as they come. If I miss you, it is by accident, kids. Let's see, I don't remember the title, but the video is about you're running around with the hospital. Oh, yeah. One part, you were given bad information from the information desk and you felt guilty saying that to the staff. Yeah, that was my crazy doctor visit. That is one of my favorite videos, too. I think to me, it makes me laugh. Yeah, I think it's one of my funniest videos, was when I was going to the friggin' doctor and how everything went wrong that day. Thank you from Florida. What is that? Florida? You're doing great. Well, thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. You guys are very kind. Let's see. Might be 500 a square meter. There you go. Did I get this one? Good morning. You're doing great. Yeah. Okay. How many times did you quit smoking today? Not once. Gaylord kind of reminds me of the old kitschy birds that wear a hat and endlessly drink. Oh, yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They go like that. Yeah. I actually have some new props lined up for the new place. I ordered them today. I gave you guys no guesses. But it's going to be funny. Might be 3,000 square meters. See, I don't know. I haven't looked. Kids, I'd love to be able to tell you how much land costs, but I don't have the faintest idea. I honestly do believe, though, that it's location, location, location. And I know a cat that bought a big ass piece of land up above Forest Camp, built a house, got this, got that, got all the toys, he's all dialed in and can't get to his own home because the road in and the road out, he does not own. Other people own it. And now he got into a fight with the other people, and they said, you can't drive across our property. So he's got all this land and all this stuff, and he can't get to it legally. There's no ingress or egress. There you go. Greetings from Calgary. Thank you, Alex. Good to see you. Click the $ at the bottom. Oh, in order to donate. Yeah, thank you, Gio. Hey, Paul, good job as always. Well, thank you, John. How's it going? It's going good, man. I can't complain. I think it's going to be getting better, to be honest with you. Okay, another instruction. I think people are donating. It's showing up at the top, but I can't see the message. So I imagine I'll get there and be able to acknowledge you and thank you soon. I'm just kind of going in order here, and I'm probably way behind. Oh my God. So let's see. What's your question? Would you get a pedicab? Well, I've been in pedicabs. Would I get a pedicab or would I own a pedicab? No. Hey, from Little Rock. How you doing, man? Hello, Paul. How are you this morning in Dumagetti? Felipe, I'm doing good. Hello from New York City. How's things in New York? Everybody getting better? Panorama City. You know what? I lived till I was 9 years old in Panorama City, California. Clearfield Avenue. Go Braves. All right. So you're doing live streams now, Paul. That's outrageous. Brit in the Philippines. You're outrageous. Yeah, I'm doing live streams like once a week, mostly to answer questions and comments. If you guys get a chance, tune into a Brit in the Philippines. I watched the Brit in the Philippines from the beginning of your channel. I remember when you met Melody and she would go like this because her teeth were all messed up. And I remember you used to fight with Peter V. You used to pick fights with him. He used to piss you off because he said stuff about you. And I remember you were living on like $500 a month or something. You cracked me up. You still crack me up. You got a good channel, buddy. Yeah. We like the Brit in the Philippines. You know what I usually do? Every blue moon, we blow out of here real fast, just go up the street, and I either leave it behind and lock the gate and this and that. And so you're right. You're right. I have a new helmet, and I actually enjoy wearing it. 6 blocks of Seattle now, not 12 blocks yet. Okay. How long do you think that's going to last, these people? I mean, I don't know what they're doing exactly. What are they eating? What are they drinking? Again, like I said, it looks like one big little, I don't know what it is. It's just people kind of wandering around. And they're saying no police. So you got to dial 911. What happens? Not great. It is ridiculous. Very scary for all of us living in America. You know, I think that it's going to run its course. I think that things that are destined to fail will fail. And so if it was me, I would just let it burn itself out like a forest fire. I wouldn't pay any attention because what the people want is attention. And I understand the genesis of it. The poor man was killed by a police officer. But you know, there's a lot of different facts that you need to factor in. And let's not forget that he's innocent until proven guilty. And I know what the videotape shows, and I have formed an opinion, but I still believe, I don't care how heinous the crime, that you're innocent until proven guilty. That's just the way it goes. That's the law. And America is a land of laws. People forget that. So without the law, you have And enough of that. All right. And back, you guys are having a little love fest. That's great. I love it when my YouTube friends get along. My favorite video was the less is more. Get home. Yeah. Less is more. You know what? That's what I was thinking about. I think about that a lot because May and I went to one of our rare trips. Well, last week we got to go into Dumageddon. And my friend Gary Berg, a long time ago, says he wants to sponsor and he wants to buy May an oven so she can bake stuff. So we're really looking forward to that. And he's been grinding me. He's like, hey, man, you need to go get some ovens. And I said, well, hey, man, I'm under quarantine. So what we did is we went to a couple of places and we looked at some ovens and I took some pictures and I haven't even sent them off to him yet because I want him to pick it out. I gave him the prices and the models, and he can be the one that chooses it. But what I also want to do is I want to measure the countertop and I want to measure the oven before I pull the trigger to make sure that it makes sense, because there's nowhere to put it here. We have one outlet and no room. So if we bought the oven, I don't even know where it would go. May cooks rice down here on the floor. You can't see where I'm pointing, but she just plugs into a floor plug and cooks her rice down there. And what I wanted to say was we went through an appliance store and it was like old times because they had all these whiz-bang TVs, 65-inch, 75-inch, 85-inch, high def. And I saw myself, going like this. And May was going, wow, look at that. I was going, yeah, wouldn't that look good on the wall? And I caught myself and I said, what is going on? I'm falling back into this silliness. Because I just witnessed my friend, Walter, I don't keep throwing his name around, but he bought all that stuff. He bought a TV, he bought a couch, he bought a table, he bought a bed, because he plans on living here forever and he wanted his own stuff. Makes sense. But he was flipping out because when it was time to move, it wasn't just moving him, he had to move his stuff. And so if the 30th of June rolls around and my little moving van doesn't show up, I'm still fine. Me and May can pack whatever we can pack. We can borrow my friend's car. We can throw some stuff in that, and I'll walk away from this couch, and that'll be that. Stay small, baby. All right, I'm getting behind again. Nobody appreciates you until you need them. It's a fact. Or car salespeople. Freedom of speech, bro. Freedom of speech goes both ways. Let's see. The problem with letting things play out is everyone sees this and then it spreads to other cities. To what degree? I don't know. To me, it's bound to fail. And what happens if it spreads to other cities? Food for thought. Good morning from Central Australia. Good morning, Central Australia. How are you? Took me by surprise also, yeah. Ask Geo. Right to assembly. Got that right? But you asked her twice. Are we back to the money thing? Are we back to Anne? I did ask her twice. She did say $100,000 or $10,000. And then I said, what about for a guy like me? And she said, well, realistically, 75. So, hello, good morning. How are you, dear? 500,000 pesos, ain't 1%. The bills get to earn. That's true. My dad always said, you want to get fired up, talk about money or religion. Look what happened. She said the same thing twice. Okay. But you asked her if that's what she thinks. I always ask people what they think. And then she said yes. Okay. And she told the truth. And the truth will set you free. Hello, Ed. Felipe here from Woodside, Queens. Well, we got two guys from Queens. My buddy Jim. I think she was confused. You know what? I think that she was possibly confused, but I stand by my original statement. I asked her, what is a guy with a lot of money? She said, a guy with 10,000. If you asked me, what's a guy with a lot of money? I would say, I don't know, $20 million. If you asked me, what's a guy with a lot of money? Yeah, 20 million. What would be a great monthly income to have in the States? 100,000 a month. That'd be great. If you asked me, if I was into that lifestyle. And I think that's the vein that she was answering in. Now, do I live and do I know? I don't know anybody that lives on that number, but hey, Paul, just figured out how to join live chats. Good to be here. I'm still figuring out how to work them. So thanks for joining, Jerry. Paul, you should have moderated and a 500,000 pesos. Very few earn in business. No salary apart from the CEO. Maybe getting here. And Phil's. I don't moderate anybody, Alex. I don't moderate anybody. I ask them a question. They give me an answer. It's not for me to debate. I want their answer and let you draw your conclusion. I'm not going to steer anybody to what I want them to say or what I think they should say. I'll clarify it. But if a person says that, they say it, and they mean it, it's up to you to draw the conclusion, not me. Is there a difference in the weather or people from the far north to the far south of the Philippines? That's a good question. I'm sitting here in Dumaguete. I don't think it changes that much. I think what affects it is elevation. So if you go to a place that's called, what is it called, Baguio, that's way up, and they got pine trees, and it actually gets cold. And then the lower part of elevation, even where I live, right where I live in Valencia, and it's 31 Celsius. When I go to my new apartment, it's going to be about 30 Celsius, maybe 29. If I go downtown to Dumaguete, if it's 31 right here, right now, it'll be 32 in Dumaguete because it'll be lower. And then there's more concrete, there's more traffic, there's more heat being generated. So out in the province, by water, not near water, but primarily I have found that the temperature has been dictated by elevation. There's the $7. She said a month. I thought she said a day. Did she know that? The government is our partner. So 10K means 5K. You got that right. It's so funny. Sorry I was late to your live stream. I hope you find in your heart to forgive me. Even though it seems like I am on Philippine time, I'm actually not. Well, David, you're always forgiven. And Philippine time, I have just come to live with. Love it, accept it. Hello from Little Rock. Thanks a lot, man. Does depend on elevation. I have a witness. Good morning from Brisbane, Australia. Well, how are you, buddy? A lot of Australians watch my show. Is a chicken moving into a new apartment? Yes. We were going to get a 2-bedroom because Chicken was saying he wanted his own space, but we couldn't afford it. So we went with the 1-bedroom. Hey, Carl. Yeah, we finally caught up to each other. Nice to see you. Greetings from New Jersey. Enjoying your vlog. Keep it coming. Well, thanks, Max. We appreciate you. I know I'm running behind here. You're right, Ed from New York. Ed's always right. 20,000 subs. Can I be candid with you guys? I don't care about subs. The only time I got nervous, not nervous, but the only time I was grinding for subs was to get to 1,000. That was like the magical number. That was the goal. And then I got to 5,000 and I was totally happy with that. And then the algorithm caught me and I went from 5,000 to like 13,000. And now I'm at 14,400. I just counted it today because people add on. So I like subs because it means new people to meet and talk to, but subscribers are meaningless without views. So to give you an example, my friend Bud Brown had a channel and he had 30 or 40,000 subscribers. And then he canceled that channel and moved to a new channel. He wanted a new improved format. And he told everybody, his 40,000 subscribers, that he's got a new channel, and 6,000 people showed up. So I asked him about that, and he says, Paul, my channel's 12 years old. He says, some guy 11 years ago subscribed once, watched one video, and that was that. So subscribers, I think, become like an ego thing after a while with people. The only benefit to having a lot of subscribers is what I can see, and from what I've read, is the 75,000 mark, because then that allows you a chat box with the man buns wearing the skinny jeans over inside the Google spaceship that controls all this. And so you would actually be able to communicate with them. So, and that would be the only benefit. So yeah, I mean, I like having new subs. It's nice, always nice to see people join the channel. I always welcome you. But if people aren't going to watch, I just assume they unsubscribe. It's views. Let's see. Had a big yard sale today. Sold the last of my tools and farm equipment. Getting ready to move to Cebu Island, where the virus clears up. You and a bunch of other guys, buddy. And that is exactly what I did. I sold all my crap. I don't miss any of it. And I haven't bought much more of it. I'm in Upland, not China. Oh, okay. Well, then we'll call you Upland Dave. My favorite video is the one where you offered the Filipinos some of your Bill Cosby drink. That was with, what's her name, Marvin? And I took some shit over that too. I mean to tell you, it was just a joke. Oh, Lord, everybody's so sensitive. Yeah, but I thought that was really funny. I still do. I'm going to do it again one day, just to piss some more people off. Tanglo and Bahal is very nice. Okay. If I had a couple of million, I wouldn't be living in the Philippines. That's fair enough. That's true, Running Man. That's a conversation I'm not in. Glad you got your stimulus before the next round of stimulus comes. Well, maybe there will be, maybe there won't. Our elected officials are taking a vacation on July 4th, and they're off until the 22nd. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, there's a coronavirus. There is riots in the streets. There is some kind of new movement, but our elected officials are going to go ahead and take their time off anyway because they've earned it. Back in the day, I read that congressmen, senators, elected officials, they got paid on a per diem. Back in the day, they were farmers and they were plantation owners, or they were businessmen or tycoons or whatever the hell they did, whiskey runners, and they got paid when they showed up. And if it took them 4 or 5 days to write some legislation or make some changes, they got a check. And then when they left, they stopped getting a check. It's the way I think it should run, don't you? I don't know. Why else would someone spend $5 million to get a $40,000 a year job? Yeah, let's see. You'll get tired of it. I'll get tired of what? I don't know what you're talking about. Business idea for you, Geo and Rookie. Rike. Expat relocation assistance, accommodations, tours, visa guidance. Locally relevant info. Not for me, buddy. I'm retired. Maybe the other two will take you up on it, but not this kid. Prairie Mark said something funny I didn't catch. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Got mine 2 months ago. Right on, Carl. Good for you. That is so easy to do, Michael. Then you need to get a work visa and also license the business here, which needs to be in a Filipino's name. Okay. Thank you, Gio. Got mine 3 months ago. Keith Richard. Stimulus check, I'm thinking. So anyway, back to the stimulus check. They're going to be meeting on the 22nd. And I follow a guy named Logan Alec on YouTube. He seems to be the most unbiased. And he's a CPA. And he was chit-chatting about it. And he was saying that the Democrats have put together a $3 trillion bill. And then not Schumer, because he's a Democrat. McConnell came back at 1 million. And the latest they've heard is that Trump has gone right in the middle at 2 trillion, which seems to signal that there would probably be, the way he sliced it up, yet another $1,200 coming out to everybody. But they're not going to even be back in session until July 22nd. So, and it's got to get to the president's desk, and the Democrats and the Republicans have got to agree to disagree and get it on his desk. So I wouldn't be looking for your check next week, what I'm saying. If you want to beat the heat, get elevated to the province. Watching from Santana, Cebu. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for agreeing. That's the only thing I've found. I don't claim to be an expert on the Philippines or cities or towns or any of that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm limited here in Dumaguete. I just kind of do my thing. And but I have found the higher elevations do get you a lot more. I'm pushing the wrong button. Show. It's an absolute nightmare to be in the blue states at the moment. I can imagine. My buddy K9. Hello, gang of Paul. Found out from a friend that if you are married to a foreigner and filed taxes with their Social Security ID number as a dependent, you don't get the stimulus as well. I didn't know that, buddy. What I heard was a lot of people with kids didn't get the $500. So it's been a cluster, as usual. The Democrats have only released about half of the original stimulus money. I don't know who releases it. I thought it was the IRS and the Treasury and those people. Hi, Paul. Just made to live. Hi, Robert. So we got 351 people. Yeah, I'm caught up. Am I caught up? Earthquake in Japan. No tsunami for Hawaii. Well, that's good to know. Life is good, Barry. How you doing, brother? 3 days ago, same as me. Same as me. It was weird. It came with my little Social Security check. But I understand that's a coincidence. It wasn't planned that way. All right, so we've been running about an hour. It looks like we're kind of running out of steam here. I'll stay on for another 15 minutes or so, unless somebody gets something special. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I think I caught up with you. Is there food from the States that you can't get and miss most? No way to get it. Yeah, there's a lot of food. Beef, I would say, would be the number one thing. Like a nice steak, it's hard to find. A decent hamburger is hard to find. Um, a lot of food here that you just can't get. And if you do go to get it, it's like I have a tough time paying $3.50 for a can of Campbell's soup. You know, it's there, but I'm not going to pay that for it. Hot and sunny there, and where is it? Kazakhstan. I'll bet it is. Mine mailed May 1, and I received it 3 days ago. How much cash? Chiang Mai. How to cash in Chiang Mai. Oh, how to cash in Chiang Mai. I don't know. I worried about that too. What if they tried to mail the check to me? Because my address is in the States. It would have been a total cluster. I don't know, buddy. Maybe somebody smarter than me, which is about everyone would know. Just curious if you can vote in U.S. elections by absentee ballots. From North Carolina. Yeah, I think I have to go to Manila to do that. I'm not sure. Paul, can you help us out with getting rid of everything? The emotions of it. Paul, can you help us out with getting rid of everything? Oh, the emotional attachment that you have to things? Is that what you're asking? It's just a thing. You know, in 100 years, what's it going to matter? If you look at your brand new car that you bought back in 1993, how gorgeous it was, and now take a look at that 1993 car and what it's worth and what you think of it, you get really emotional. Unless you had some sort of great experience in it at the drive-thru. Not yet, buddy. I am going to be there at the end of the month. I think I missed some people here. Let me see if I can back up. Yes, yes. I will not have a pool outside the door. I will have a pool away from the door, which is a godsend. Trust me on that. I have been living in the Philippines for 3 years. And next month, July 15th, is going to be my 1 year anniversary of having a YouTube channel. So I'm thinking about we're going to be in the new apartment. And with all the stuff going on in America, it crossed my mind this morning that maybe for my 1 year anniversary, I would do a live stream with Baby May, and we would do a bed in like John and Yoko did. What do you guys think about that? We just spend like 3 hours in bed and talk to you guys? I don't know. I need some feedback on that. Hi, Zane. There you go. Yeah, you can get the phone app. You can, there's always an answer. You can get the picture of the check and you can deposit it on a phone app with your bank now. I did that once back in the day. I got my stimulus through Social Security last month. Well, good on you. That's where I got mine through. What a relief that was. You like the bed-in idea? I like the bed-in idea. Bed-in would be great. I think so too. Because the new place actually would set up where we could be laying in bed and, you know, we could have some drinks and some snacks and set up the camera. And it would just be me and May. And we wouldn't have any cause or anything. But it would just be kind of a fun John Yoko spin-off thing. Hey, Paul and Gio, I have something I need to let you know about. Okay, I will write Paul a messenger later as he is connected to my Facebook. I want to let you know, and I am sticking up for you guys. Oh, well, we're probably getting bashed by someone, Lance. There is some people out there that like to attack guys like us. So I appreciate that. Feel free to let me know. I got the feeling it's old news, but it's cool. How's the plan coming along for my other YouTube channel? You know, I've kind of shined on that idea. This keeps me busy enough. And if I did another channel, it would just be double the effort. And I find that this keeps me occupied. This is not something that I want to do full time. As you can see, I don't edit. I don't put a lot of effort into it. May's all obsessed with it now because, you know, she's learning and it's exciting with her and all that kind of stuff. I think that's great. But I'm really happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with my subscribers. I'm happy with the people that I'm making friends with. I'm happy with my content. I like the stuff that I'm putting out. Some's better than others. Some's received better than others. There's some videos I make and I go, wow, that was really good. I really liked that. And it doesn't resonate with anybody. And then there's videos that I make that I go, I don't know. Well, I'll go ahead and throw it up there anyway. It's just, what's the difference? And people really like it. So there's no keeping track of it. Never edit. I agree. I like to let it flow. However, there is some goofy stuff that I would like to do involving like driving the scooter, like a skit, a funny kind of like 5 minute thing that would require editing. I would love to do. It would be, you know, being on the scooter with May and some sort of stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll do it and I'll just edit it and that'll be that. And I'll do it one time a year. Knuckleheads and haters don't matter. LOL. Thanks for the super chat, Jim. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, I just don't care about the opinions and the haters and the slanderers and all that. If you guys have followed me at all, you might have noticed that I get some really rude comments from people, and I pin them. I put them on top where I think most people like go, ooh, and delete it. Well, I go, okay, that's what you think. We'll just show what your opinion is to everybody. It just doesn't bother me. Now, what bothers me is when they attack a guest, especially a female guest, and they use vulgar terms, thoughts, messages. I had one guy that's a perpetual burr on everybody's side go after Baby May. You know, and it just takes time. You got to block them, and then they invent a new address, and then they come at her from another, and they call her names. They call Baby May a whore and an e-beggar, and they call her, you know, a bar girl. You know, why didn't she go back to the whorehouse? And you know, the rest you can imagine. And so, those are the guys that I'd like to meet in person. To tell you the truth. Okay, I'm watching under 17. My son is 17, just turned 17 3 days before New Year's and didn't get one penny on him because he is not under 17. Oh, are you talking about the stimulus? That sucks. So I got new comments. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. I don't know if I should end this or keep going. Same one. Shot in the back. What does that mean? What did I miss? Hey, King. King's got a good channel. Yeah, knuckleheads and haters. Let's see, I'm trying to get caught up in the same one over and over again. Let's see, Lance, it's me, Paul. Craig, Brian, yeah. Yeah, it's him again. And I just a couple of days ago, plus they were making fun of May too, and it pissed me off. I'll show you later. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, that's what they do. There's guys that, I don't even, if I never mention their names because they're looking for attention. And these are guys that have YouTube channels that are hating on people. And what's funny is they've had channels for much longer than myself, much longer than Baby May. I think Gio's girlfriend is going to come over here with her girlfriend and kind of promote her new channel. We help each other out. And I think that Ging, who is Gio's girlfriend, has more subscribers in the month or so that she's had a channel than this hater's got. And he's had his channel for more than a year. So there's this envy thing that goes on with these guys. And they try to get people to subscribe or watch their channel via bashing other people. So I don't know. They're mentally unstable, I tell you. Hello, ladies and germs. Hey, Zane. We're related. There you go. Maybe we've got some kissing cousins here on the show. Yeah, thumbs up. Thanks, man. Doing some clips like that. Maybe have a look at TikTok for it. I'm not sure I understand. If doing short clips like that, then maybe have a look at TikTok for it. I don't do short clips, so I don't know what you mean. Yeah, we give peace a chance, right? That's all we are saying. I love that time. I love that time. I love that era. I love that whole Beatle era. I think we're down here now. Would love to see you guys at the breakfast table one morning just to talk. That is, I've said it 1,000 times, that's the most rewarding thing for me is hooking up with guys and just having a proverbial cup of coffee and finding out what your story is and getting your perspective and enjoying one another's company. It's a lot of fun. My favorite thing to do. And May likes it too. I tried one of those Viagra pills, but it got lodged in my throat. I walked around with a stiff neck for 3 days. Someone impersonated me. Ignorance is bliss in their own minds is right. You got that, free bird. You're a charming fellow. I think you are great fun. Well, thank you, Michelle. Very sweet of you. Sound is not good. Yeah, probably diminishing here. My internet might be fading. OMG, Chris. If it's getting really bad, guys, I'll shut it down because it just means my internet's lousy. Yeah, F the haters. My wife and I went through that. Yeah, that's the thing is that for me, it's just kind of a waste of time. I have to go in, I got to block them, I got to remove the comment, and I filter them anyway. So, especially on May's channel, and they want to see, they want to ask, can she take off her clothes and can she do a cooking show naked? And it's like, well, who are you, 14 years old? I just, so I don't give them the time of day. Why would anyone say that? They are unhappy and they are missing something. They don't like themselves. And I've said it before, but people tend to project what they don't like about themselves onto others. So if you've ever met a guy and he asks you a question and you answer him right away with the proper answer and he says, "You're lying to me," I know I'm talking to a liar. I mean, it's what's in his head. That's just the way his thinking, how he's operating. Excuse me. So, Yeah, these guys, they sit around. They just don't have a life. They're alone. They're loners. And uh, I think that there's some mental instability. That's where I end up giving them a pass. I think that there's probably, one nut a little too far to the left. And so if you're mentally unstable, that's a disease. I try to give people a pass on that. Try to love everybody. There are so many hateful people. Most are jealous of your success in your YouTube channel, something they will never have because of their hateful attitude. That's summing up basically what I said, is that they're jealous. They don't know how to create anything original or instructive or creative or funny or entertaining. And so it's their job to go out and bash those that do. And I'm not saying I've got such a great channel, because I don't. I just have my channel, just my little content. And, there's a lot more guys with a lot more subscribers that make all kinds of money and do all kinds of interesting stuff better than mine, which takes me back to my statement, how much I love the subscriber base that I have. It's not my goal to have 100,000 subscribers. I would like to have 100,000 subscribers if I was getting 100,000 views. In other words, if people were engaged and were still watching me and finding me relevant. And if people are no longer finding what we are doing here relevant or entertaining or fun or educational or however you perceive the channel, I would just assume you unsubscribe. So it gives a real number. Again, it's ego after a while. May has always been respectful to me in her replies. Wish her both the best. Well, you know what? Yeah, May is May. What you see with May is what you get. And I try to keep that with my channel too. What you see is what you get. There's some guys that have met me in person, and I think the best compliment I've gotten from most of them has been that you're the same guy in reality that you are on YouTube. You're the same guy. You sound the same, you look the same, you talk the same. And so I appreciate that too. Let's see, what's that say? Puds are what those goobers have no life. True. They are generally lonely guys, unhappy, inept, most likely have some sort of, again, mental condition. So I try to give them a pass on that. Maybe they've had some trauma in their life. Maybe they've had a really bad childhood. Maybe they've been abused. I mean, I've been at the hands of some of those people myself. I've been on the receiving end of some of that kind of stuff, and I know what it can do to you emotionally. And it just turns out as to how you decide to allow it to continue to affect you, or you purge it from you and move forward. Fourth attempt of commenting. 550 days today. Daniel Murphy. Hi, Daniel. We're commenting. I hope we made it. I get zero stimulus as I pay too much taxes. Welcome to the USA. That's so funny. Making too much money, Ed. Paul, terrible with the haters, but they're on every channel. Yes, they are. Most of that hate is directed at themselves due to low self-esteem. They're projecting what you covered in the previous video. That's right, Kelly. I appreciate you remembering that. They usually, what they're telling me is just really a reflection of what's going on inside of them. My piece of psychology. Somehow, Paul, you're skipping big swaths of comments. I don't doubt it, buddy. I just keep trying to go down in order here. Do I know an expat named Gary Bochard? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I apologize if I'm skipping you guys. I'm trying to just go in order here to the right. I apologize for all the idiots over here in America that say them bad things about me. You don't need to apologize, Michael. And they're not all from America. Some of them are right here in the Philippines. Appreciate you though. I really do. And the good news is I protect Baby from that because I filter out her comments. I see Baby May's comments before they ever hit the airwaves. The ones that attack me personally, I let those go through. As long as they don't attack one of my guests and they don't attack Baby and they stay within proper guidelines. In other words, Google can affect my channel if someone says something really vulgar or hateful or insightful. I mean, stuff that X-rated stuff. So I just don't let that happen. If I'm skipping you guys, it's not intentional. I'm trying to go down in line here. John Lennon was the best. Did you ever see him, Paul? I did not. I did not. I saw a lot of phenomenal musicians. I was a little young, actually, to see the Beatles. I think the Beatles are 10 years older than me. And that was more of my sister, who's 5 years older than me. And she didn't like the Beatles. But I saw A Hard Day's Night and all that. It was awesome. Ed Sullivan Show was awesome. Haters are the lowest form of life. Yeah, I feel bad for them, to be honest with you. It's just when they get downright nasty. But you know what? The thing about haters is they have no effect as long as you ignore them. It's the minute that you mention their name or drive somebody to their channel or they try to call you out with a bunch of weird allegations and you fight with them, you want to duke it out with them, that's what they want. So my theory is just starve them. Keep on keeping on, Paul and Baby May. We love you all. We love you too, baby girl. May is delightful. Yeah, you know what? What you see, I said it before, but what you see is what you get with Baby May. There is not a day that she doesn't wake up with a smile on her face and says good morning to me and gives me a hug and a kiss and asks me if I want any coffee, if I haven't got it. Not one day. Oh, I see. I don't know what that means. Knowing what you know now, Paul, if you could have retired and moved to the Philippines earlier than 62, would you have? Going back in time, I would have come later. I would have had a lot more money. If I'd have waited a year, not to increase the Social Security, but to increase the value of my home. I lost about $50,000 by selling my home. If I'd have waited a year, my home would have been worth another $50K. So I probably would have waited another year, just financially speaking. But I don't regret it. My first year here, I was in debt. I say that, but I think back now, I want to be honest with you. I was in dead burnout. So the last year in America was really, really rough, just from a number of directions. And the first year in the Philippines was rough from a number of directions. So I'm kind of glad that I just got it all out of the way. And I've learned, I don't know, sometimes I think it saved my life. Sometimes I may not have made it to 63 and never gotten here. So that crosses my mind too. He's a beautiful person inside and out, Paul. God bless you both. Thank you, Larry. I think it's easy to see that. I think that transcends because she's so real. And when she's on her show, whether she's cooking or jumping around in her bikini or whatever she's doing, It's just with a joyful heart, It's just fun. And she's just enjoying herself. And she likes the job. And she loves it. It's fun. The new channel will express with his P. Awesome content. Yeah, well, stay tuned on that. I cannot fathom a-holes like that. Yeah, they're hard to understand. Hi from Kentucky. Hi, Ralph. Yeah, we know who you're talking about. Yeah. Hi, live in California, so Steve, not sure where you live and where they. I think two guys are talking to each other there. Here's Zane. I don't know Mark. I don't think I got any family in Canada. There's two guys having a conversation, which is good. Discuss amongst yourselves. You work so hard and just have fun. People need to get some mental health. Yeah. Can you give us a hint of those channels? It'll be the last thing I do. Good morning. Good morning to you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos, Joseph. Pray for world peace. Yes. That would be a good thing. Love at Circle. What's that mean, Ed? Cirque du Soleil? I don't know. I'm watching in Alabama. Always nice to see you. Always happy. I like all of my viewers. Thank you. You were talking about doing short, couple of minute long videos. That's why I mentioned. Oh, TikTok. Oh, you moved past the talking point by the time I got to the comedy. Yeah, yeah. I was going to do a different channel, and I was going to just get a little more off the hook, and I just kind of decided against it. And I don't know. I don't have any rules on this, so we'll just kind of see where it takes me. I think that once I move into my new apartment, I keep talking about my new apartment. I think it's going to open up a lot of possibilities, and I think it's also going to open up my imagination a little bit. And so I just want to do some fun stuff. I like to do serious things where I talk about some serious issues, some realities in my life, but I don't want to repeat myself. Those videos already exist. So I don't want to just rehash the same thing. So what I'm looking forward to doing is getting a different viewpoint. I think I mentioned that before. I think I'm getting a little stagnant here. And I enjoy doing the goofy little videos like out at the river. I really, really, really want to do some exterior stuff. I don't necessarily want to walk around and show everybody, the boulevard, because that's been done 10,000 times. But if I'm walking with an interesting person and having an interesting conversation, and we happen to be on the boulevard, then that's what I want to do. Does that make sense? Pray for the world peace. Yeah, pray for world peace. He's gonna get behind here. Yep, I am. All right, let me see if I can figure out what I'm doing here. Kingly Way. Oh, here we go. Is your new apartment furnished? Yes, it is. Hi, I must pick up between the lines. Don't blame them exactly. Easy to answer every reflection. Okay. High-rise condo? No. It's a single unit just like this. Just in a different location, bro. You're in China? Paul, do you envision a day that Southeast Asia would become so prosperous economically that conflict meaning would be prohibitive to move and live there? I honestly don't. I think that prosperity comes with education. I don't think that the education levels here are up to par. I can see other countries being much more dynamic as far as that goes. I don't think the Philippines has got education figured out, nor do they make it a priority. I think that's the way out, is education. What is your normal cost of living each month? Would you say you live a U.S. upper middle class lifestyle by comparison? Yeah, yes to both. To both. I've done a couple free budget videos. I live on 1,500 US dollars a month. During the quarantine, we were able to live on about $1,200 a month. And I would call it middle class. I don't own a car. I own a 3-year-old motorcycle scooter. I got a chicken. I have a girlfriend. When we go out, we don't go to the nicest places in town because we can't afford them. So I would throw us, to answer your question, 1,500 is my number. And I would call it middle class, not upper middle class or lower. Greetings from, thanks for the blog. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You have to put a deposit down in your apartment. Do they guarantee you'll get it? You'll get in. You're supposed to get in. Yeah, that's one of the things that due diligence pays for itself right there. I did have to put a 1-month deposit down and pay for my first rent. So it's like double rent when you first move in. And when I move out of here, I paid this month's rent, but I have a security deposit for 1 month here also. And the way that that's supposed to shake out is that when all the final electric bills and things like that come in, then I will get the difference. So I gave them 18,000 pesos when I moved in here, and we'll use round numbers and we'll say my electric bill for 2 months because they haven't been delivering the electric bills. So no one knows what it is. We'll just say it's 8,000 pesos. I'll get back 10,000 hypothetically. It hasn't happened yet. I'll let you know when the check hits the bank. You live in Makati for about 1,800, but no motorcycle. Okay. Jumping way up in the comments. What does that mean? Am I going too fast or too slow? I haven't even got to the first ones yet. Am I screwing up the comments, guys? I got 348 people here. Oh, what is the cost of dental treatment there? You can get your teeth cleaned for 20 bucks. You can get an extraction for 30 bucks. It's cheap. Dental is cheap here. Paul, can I get a plane ticket and move to the Philippines and then work out the visa situation after I arrive? Yeah, you can come here on a tourist visa like me. And actually, that's good for 3 years. You just keep renewing. One last thing I want to say about the haters, Paul. They act like May is 17. She's 34 for crying out loud. She's a grown woman that makes her own decisions. What the F? I agree, Jim. You know, yeah, people act like I'm running around with some 14-year-old girl or something in the house. Here I am, this 65-year-old guy in his bathrobe going, you know, it's not like that. We're just two adults. I happen to be a lot older. You guys moving back into ECQ. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing too. There's no back riders allowed now, which makes no sense. And then I'm not going to even get into it. A back rider means no one's allowed to ride on the back of the scooter. So if I want to go somewhere, I have to take the scooter by myself. May can't get on, and she's going to have to take a trike. You need a gay little scooter while living in the countryside in the Philippines. I got one Isabella and a little e-golf cart thing with that. Yeah, gay scooters are definitely the best because they're very sensitive to your feelings when you get caught in traffic. It is rewarding. May just holds her own very well. She sure as shit does. She sure does. Well, have you ever thought about teaching English to get some extra dough? I did think about that for about 3 minutes, and I said, "No, I'm retired. I don't want to work." I know guys that do it, and I would probably be a lousy teacher anyway. I'm not structured. You know what I mean? It's like my videos aren't structured. I wouldn't be good at putting together a lesson plan. I would just assume there is a deal that my friend Mark does. Keep forgetting the name of it. He makes $10 an hour, and all he does is talk to people like we're doing here. And they're just people that want to practice their English, or they're nervous. They're going into a job interview, and they want to try their speech out or their resume. And they're adults, and they have a bunch of questions. And he Cambly, that's what it's called, and he really enjoys that. Let's see, am I getting way behind? I think I'm way behind. Let me go back up to the top and see what's going on. Guys like to have the lights are on, but nobody's home. Yeah, we're talking about haters. There's a whole born area, but they don't know it yet. Yeah. So I'm going to blaze through these as fast as I can because I want to say hi to everybody and thank you guys for watching. See, many are teenagers that haven't matured yet. Yeah. Or they're matured and they're just still teenagers. Sorry, but sorry, not the case. No impersonation here. Okay, it's not my real name. Okay, Craig. Oh, Brian. Okay, I don't know exactly what that means. Easy to confuse me. If they spot it, they got it. Okay. Paul, you're busy entertaining. Enjoy your May together. Keep laughing, guys. Paul's laugh are contagious. Well, thank you. I hope I'm keeping up, guys. John Lennon, Doom, Doom. There you go, King. Hey, you're out of quarantine now. You're out running around eating. I've been watching you. King Lee Way. Make sure you guys subscribe to King Lee Way. You need a driver's license to operate your scooter. When you first get here, I forget the numbers, but I think 90 days or something like that is cool to just drive around with your passport or an ID, especially if you have a rental. And then when you go to buy a bike, you can't get a driver's license. To the best of my recollection, well, I got to clarify that. If I had a motorcycle license in America, I could get a motorcycle license here, but I had a car driver's license in America. So I had to buy a motorcycle before I could get a motorcycle license. Did that make any sense at all? I know. So I actually had to buy the scooter so I could show that I own a scooter before I could get the license. Had I had a motorcycle license, I could have just gone down and gotten a regular motorcycle license. But the good news is I'm licensed to drive both a car and a motorcycle, and it's good for 5 years. So to answer your question, if you're coming here for a month or 2 weeks or a couple of months, and you're just going to be knocking around and you go rent a bike, as long as you've got valid ID on you and you get pulled over or stopped at a checkpoint, and the rental place gives you their registration information, and you show them, look, I'm a tourist. Here's my visa. Here's my home driver's license, and they'll leave you alone. At least you're supposed to. Depends on who you get. Paul, love your channel and your perspective on life and retirement. Well, thank you very much. Paul's laugh is identical to Sid James from the old British Carry On movies. Well, Paul, I'd like to see that. I do not I am not familiar with that series. Probably because I'm not British. Old dog, you're a silver fox, and baby May must love your hair. Hope you have good hair like that in your latter years. You're a cool cat. Well, thank you very much. They say your hair comes from your mother's grandfather. So if your mother's grandfather, or what is it, mother's father, had a lot of hair, you'll have a lot of hair. But I'm thinning out a lot. In the last 10 years, I've lost a lot, receding. Look, see, see, receding, receding. It's funny that they think it's okay to disrespect somebody else's woman, but if you did it to theirs, they'd be ready to fight. Now they wouldn't. Now they wouldn't because they don't have a woman. I'm kidding you, kid. You're right. If the minute you said something to them, they would get all of Twitter about it. But if we're talking about the same guy that people are referencing here, I've been directed to look at what he's been saying about me and others. And the one thing that is really just shines is that he's always alone. He's always by himself, never with anybody. Do you have any expat who live? I don't. I do not know them, sir. Does the chicken have a name? The chicken's name is Gaylord. I had a little contest a few months ago on Name the Chicken, and the winner was Gaylord. I've been with you 3 months. You look younger and less stressed each day. Well, thanks, Ed. I think a lot of that's got to do with being quarantined, to be honest with you. Two things happened. I stayed out of the sun, so I wasn't allowed to leave the house. And number two, I got a lot more sleep because I became like napping became my new hobby. About 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, excuse me, I just got bored, and so did May. I mean, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much YouTube. You can make a video, and a lot of days I didn't make a video because I didn't have anything to talk about. And so the busiest days for me was when I made a video, and then when May would make a video about something, and then I do some of her work for her. She does the video, she does the editing, she does the upload, but I take care of her stuff on the computer and I take care of her comments. So YouTube was kind of a godsend during this whole quarantine thing. So yeah, I think I am less stressed just from more sleep. Greetings from China. Hope Philippines open up before August so I can take a holiday. Need to get out of here for a bit of a break. I would imagine that would be a tough deal coming from China. I don't think that they're going to open this place up. I know Gio gets this question left and right. When can we come? When can we come? When can we come? I'm starting to hear that flights are coming in here, not here, but they're coming in over there, Cambodia, Vietnam, this, that, the other. My friend Gary just called me the other day, said his flight for July was canceled into Vietnam from America. So he got a full refund and all that jazz, but he did tell me that he got canceled. Paul, would you ever consider getting a pet monkey down there? Did you ever see any? Monkeys scare the crap out of me. It's going to bite me. I went to a place that had a monkey reserve, tried to steal my phone, my keys. Greetings from China. Hope Philippines open. Okay, I already read that. Did you ever get a monkey? Okay, I read that. Dating is dead in America. That's a fact. Okay, let's see if we can get going here. Hi from Utah. Love your life experience, perspective on life. Say hi to May. I will do it, Rose. Utah is probably number one on my list if I was ever to move back to America. Just thought I'd let you know that. Well, I've been to Forest Camp twice over the past 4 years. Delta Chris, my Clapton buddy. Yeah, I love Forest Camp, and I live right around the corner from it now, right here and the new place. And we were just talking about it. It's the best bang for the buck, I think, if you're going to go kill 3 or 4 hours on a hot day. A lot of freshwater pools, little tiny waterfalls, got a little restaurant inside, so you don't have to, it's all inclusive. I think it's 100 pesos to get inside for the adult. Yeah, King. King's off of quarantine, from what I understand. He's out and about. That man is in town, rolling about. I'm retired too, no worries. Yeah, that's the nice thing, man, about being retired is that, if you have some guys retire and die 6 months later because they have no purpose. They're no longer large and in charge, and their job was their life, and that was their identity. I guess me hating the work that I did for all those years made it real easy for me to leave it and start doing something different. So I think the move out here has, if not extended my life, has definitely added a lot of quality to the years that I have remaining, as opposed to if I'd stayed in the States. It would have just been more of the same if I'd stayed in the States. Bro, I don't have a life. I haven't worked since March, but I don't go to channels and bash people, try to belittle people. I thought it was a warm, fresh breath of air. I thought it was cute. Yeah, that's the point of doing what we do is we just kind of like share our life. And I think that in some way, shape, or form, guys look at it and they say, you know what, today I can't get out of here, and next year I can't get out of here, but there is a place to go. Think about it. If you've got one day, 1 year, 10 years left till you proverbially retire and you're done. And supposedly you've got enough money and all the other stuff that you need to finish out your life, and your life wasn't going to move forward at all. Now you were just going to not go to work. And so your option is to buy an RV and travel the country. If that floats your boat, I think that's awesome. Maybe that's your chance to write a book. I think that's great. Maybe it's your chance to, work in the garden. That's your passion. You're doing that at home. I think that's great. Not everybody has to make a major lifestyle change like I did, but I think that there are a lot of people, men and women, that just need it. Staying at home, doing the garden, um, writing that book. If they're going to do it, they'd rather do it from here. Let's say, hello, King. How's the quarantine going? Yeah, I think I already read that. I'm retired, too. No worries. Okay, I'm repeating myself here. All right. Well, hi from Illinois. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, that's right. Get behind here, kids. Misery loves company. Well put. Yeah, they have the little minions too that agree with everything they do. Yeah, I like Ann. She does give an honest answer. Second time she's been on the show. Both impromptu, unplanned. Say, old dog, will you do a live stream in your new place and give a walkthrough? Absolutely. I'll absolutely do a video about the apartment itself. And when I shoot my videos, it will be probably from the patio with a really nice backdrop. So you guys don't have to look at this crap behind me all day long. Yeah, nice change for me and nice change for you. You should invite him over. It would change his opinion if he knew you, I believe. I don't have time for him. I don't want, it's not my job to change him. I appreciate where you're coming from. And I agree that if he saw me as a human being, the humanity in him, Jim, would probably do a turnaround. These guys come at you out of envy and all this and that. And I've always found those with the biggest barks are the biggest cowards. You know, they really are. I've had guys a foot taller than me threaten me. And I just stood up and said, well, buddy, you better get ready to kill me, because if you don't kill me, I'll kill you. And you know what? They backed down. And I had no chance against the guy. But coward is a coward. Sometimes you just got to call them out. I've only done that once or twice. Yeah. Remember, you become what you hate. Yeah. True words, Zane. If PLD is not available in provincial San Rafael, then what's the next best thing? Globe at home prepaid with router. Like these guys are talking. Oh, here we go. I'm out of quarantine and roaming around. I have more videos to edit, and I'll get them uploaded. Yeah, King, you got you got my life, dude. You're out there going around, running around, eating good food, getting discounts. Look at that. You're young. Hey, Paul, what is Sunday looking like? I'm still in Saturday. What is there to look forward to? Well, Sunday is my favorite day out here, because normally, under quarantine, it's changed, but normally there is a little food thing and a vegetable market and just an open air market up in the Valencia Plaza that May and I like to go to. And Sunday is an awesome day just to go driving, because the traffic is 1/3 of what it normally is. People are off on Sundays. You know, they stay at home. They don't go anywhere. They stay with their families. They eat. They drink beer. They relax. Super job, big dog. Have a 7 with you one day. Well, listen, kids. I've been going for almost 2 hours here, so I'm gonna shut it down unless anybody's got something they just got to say. Glad to hear, King. I'm gonna travel North Shell. Yeah, man. Hate is anger, and anger is judgment. That's true. So, guys, I'm going to stream like once a week, every Sunday about this time, and mostly just to answer comments. I don't have any particular topics or anything like that that I want to feel the need to cover. Like I said, and today is the 14th. So I've got 2 more weeks here at the apartment that I would be able to stream and video from. And then after that, we'll be at the new place. So thanks for watching. Let me just answer a few more questions here or comments. King Lee, good morning. Good stuff as always. Thank you, John. If I missed you, kids, it was by accident. I swear to you. I swear. This thing jumps around. Let's see. Good for filtering hers. Yes. Yeah. I do filter her. And you know what? I didn't know how to do that at first. And she came up to me and she goes, "This is weird." Poor baby. She's like sheltered. You know, I said, "Never mind, baby. You don't need to sweat it." She goes, "Okay, take care of it." Take care, man. Thanks, Gio, for joining in if you're still here. Hi, Hillbilly in the Philippines. You're looking at top chat. No, I'm just going down. I'm just scrolling down. So I'm not looking at top chat. I see a thing for money up on top, but if I missed you, if you sent a donation and I didn't recognize you, I apologize. Let me try hitting that thing, see what happens. I think I already did that one. It's because women in America have changed. Oh, I could go on about that forever. Paul, you look like Jerry Springer. Yeah, I get that a lot. Of all the people that I supposedly look like, some guy on Storage Wars, which I've never watched, and I forget his name, and Jerry Springer comes up a lot that I look like. Okay, so you're answering a question there. Yeah, the Globe Prepaid works real well for the King Leeway. I think it's a pocket Wi-Fi deal he's got. He runs like $100 a month. All right, kids, I'm out of here. If I missed you, I swear to you, it was not intentionally. Yeah, Hugh Hefner, that's me. All I need is a pipe and a jacket, right? All right, I'm going to blast here and read more animals. That chicken is getting lonely. You have no idea what I've got in mind for the new place. Okay, so I'm going to try to do a bed in with May at the new place. Thank you guys for watching very much. Thank you, Geo and King, for being the moderators. I will see you guys next time. Bye.